How to test Facebook ads in 2024. In this video, we're going to be going over how to test these new creatives, the account setup that you should be running, and what we do for all of our clients and accounts to scale them past 6 figures per month. So without further ado, we're gonna try to make this really quickly for you and get right into it. The first thing that we wanna do is understand the basics behind our campaign. You wanna have one campaign objective per product. So for this campaign objective, we're using purchases. You don't wanna use anything else. And since we have a main seller for this particular brand, we're only gonna need one campaign. Now, this can change time to time. It really depends on what your product is and what you're selling. If you have multiple best sellers that take up a majority percentage of your customers and what they spend, then yeah, you're going to be wanting to do 2 campaigns, one per each of those best sellers. If you sell to multiple countries, then yes, each country will have its own separate campaign. But if you are only have one bestseller and you have a little stuff off to the side that may have good margins, but not that many people buy, you still only want one campaign and you're only going to be selling that one product in the campaign. When you start mixing in all these other products, it never gets good results. We've tested it time and time again, spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on those particular products, and you don't see the same return. If people are going to your website, they're going to be looking at the product. You might as well hit them with the best sellers. If they're interested in your brand at all, they're going to be clicking more links, which means they're gonna find your other products. And 3, if they don't buy just from looking through your website, try to upsell them in their back end. That is what we have seen has the highest ROI. So you have one campaign objective per our best seller. So let's look into actually how we're gonna be creating the ads itself. We go to create over here and we're gonna create a new ad or ad set. And how we like to do it is DCT testing, which is dynamic creative testing. If we're gonna be choosing a campaign, we're gonna be choosing our main campaign. And then in this ad set name, we're just gonna name it a random ad set. So let's just randomly name it test. And the ad, we're just gonna name it YouTube test. Then we're going to click continue. Now, once you're in the ad set over here, you can click where you want to drive sales. Now, you can do website and shop. We've tested this before. It's okay results. We usually prefer website, and 90% of the people that are watching this video are going to be sending people to a website in the first place. So that is what we usually opt for because it gets the best conversions. We want to make sure that we maximize the number of conversions, and we want to choose the particular pixel that we're going to be using. Then you make sure to choose your conversion event, which is going to be purchase. And then we're going to turn on dynamic creatives. Now, we'll explain more about this when we get to the ad level. Now, when you go down, you can choose when you want to schedule your date for. At this time, it's just tentative. So say if I want to schedule it for Saturday, I'm going to try to schedule for midnight on Saturday. It doesn't matter too much. And then we do audience controls. We're doing just the United States, or pick whatever country that you're advertising to. So if you do United States and Canada, you're going to have one campaign for United States and the other campaign for Canada. And then from there, we are all finished. We don't need to worry about Advantage Plus Audience or placement advantage placements. Perfect. Then we're going to go to the ad. Once we're in the ad, we have a YouTube test right here. Perfect. We're going to select the Facebook page that we're going to be attaching this to. And then for the ad setup, you can either choose a single image or video or a carousel. For this example, we're doing a single image or videos. And then we're down to the actual creative itself. So what you want to do is choose your creative. So what we do when we actually choose creatives is quite simple. We're doing a dynamic test. So for one concept, which is this particular ad set, we're going to be choosing 3 different videos that have different hooks, maybe different editing styles, but still are in the same ad concept that we can test. The same thing applies if you're doing images. You're going to choose 3 different images that all are around the same ad concept. You're going to click continue, and you can see that you have 3 different ads. Each one of these ads, I started with a different hook and made different editing styles, whether it's music in the background or not. Then you're going to insert your primary text. So once you upload your videos or your images, do not mix and match them. Do one or the other because you're testing one particular variable at a time. Then you're going to be inserting your primary text. You're going to have 2 different variations. Your first variation at the top, I like to put as already a winning text. So this is something we've tested before and it's been proven to win in another ad. Then the next text that we put is something that we're testing new. So it's going to be a new one specifically for this ad concept. Same thing with the headline. The first headline should be a winning headline that has worked previously in ads. And the second one should be a variation of it that we're testing. From there, we scroll down. We don't need to worry about any of this. We insert our URL at the top where we want people to land whenever they click on the ad. Our call to action, which in this case is just shop now. And then any other URL parameters if we have them. So if you have a triple whale pixel, if you have a pixel that you're using for Google, you can add them here. That way you can get better attribution and tracking. And that is basically it. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. From there, all we're doing is looking at the key metrics, which are going to be your CPA and how much budget is actually being pushed to that particular ad. Since this is a CBO campaign, we're looking at how much is being spent on the account and what's the CPA. So if it's getting a large amount of the spend that we allocate towards it every single day, then we know that Facebook thinks that this is actually a winning ad and it's pushing it to the correct amount of people. The next thing we're going to look at is the cost per acquisition. How much is it taking to actually convert these people into a buying customer? If the overall account is dropping in CPA, we know that it's a winning ad and we can continue to run it. If it's not getting good spend, or if it's getting good spend and has a poor CPA, we kill the ad after around 3 to 4 days and we let it revamp. But it's important to track these down. We use a spreadsheet and we log every single day how much was spent, what was our CPA, what was our ROAS, what was our revenue, and then we make a log every single day on what we change. If we launch a new test today and we notice tomorrow that the results just start to plummet, we would know, hey, it's probably because of the test. And we mark that down in our log. We say, hey, we tested batch 112. And once we did that, we saw results drop. We're like, okay, well, let's kill batch number 112. And we kill batch number 112 2 days from now. And we mark down and we start seeing results up. And we can visually see inside the log, hey, whenever we launched the ad, results went down. Whenever we killed it, results went back up. That's a very strong indication that it's not a winning ad and that we shouldn't be running it, and we made a good decision by turning it off. So make sure to keep writing this down. This is the exact structure we use to scale 6-figure brands per month going into 7 figures per year. And it's exactly how we're going to continue this going into the future. We're going to create user-based ads and let our campaigns be the most simplistic part of our entire ad account structure. As always, if you have questions, comment them below. I'll be answering anything that you have related to ad account, Facebook, Instagram, anything advertising-wise, I'll answer them below. And I'll see you guys next week for a new video.